Seems like we talked about this before, but it must have been. Grace and Danny, you guys want to go out in the hall and discuss things to distraction me? I don't need you to work my magic. That's no, yes? So I always leave that option for people. You know, if you don't want to be in this class, that's fine. Doesn't matter. You can go out in the hall, you can talk. Just don't ask when you don't understand anything about it. Remember that. These are word problems, and these are specific word problems about comparing. Children, comparing. Like, for example, what do you think? If I'm comparing your age and the ages of your siblings, like, for instance, I said, how much older are you than your bro or your sister? What type of problem do you think this is? These will end up being, yes, subtraction problems. And as stated numerous times before, please note that even though it is a subtraction type of problem, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will always subtract to find the answer to the problem. Does that make any sense to nobody? The answer to that would be no, because it doesn't make any sense to nobody. Here, write this problem down, for example. Well, no, let's write it down. Here's what it is. Usually when you have a subtraction comparing problem, you have this. You have the greater amount minus the lesser amount is going to equal the difference. Or writing it up and down, it would be greater minus lesser equals the difference. Isn't that handy? Oh no, feel free not to answer. So here's an example of what that would look like. Let's see. There were 324 girls. There were 324 girls. And, not plus, I suppose I should write that out, huh? And 289 boys. And the question is, how many? Now, I could ask two questions, by the way, and I think these would be the same. How many fewer boys are there? By the way, why isn't it how many less boys are there? Why do we use fewer instead of less? Somebody? Come on, people. Michelle, I know has taught you this. When do you use fewer, when do you use less? Jaden, shoot.
Well, less could mean like it
No. This isn't. There's a straight reason about when you use fewer and when you use less. I would like fewer water, I would like less water. Why do you use less rather than fewer? Fewer people went to the basketball game yesterday than the night before. Why would you say less people went to the basketball game? Brianna, the fewer and less rule is?
That less is talking about like there's more.
Less is more?
Like, that when you say fewer, that means like there weren't as many single ones.
I would like fewer cookies, or I'd like less cookies. I'd like fewer. Oh yeah, less study, but less than fewer.
No.
If it is something that can be counted, you use the word fewer. You can count people. There are fewer boys. I can count the number of boys. Can you count flour? Like if I said I would like less flour. Can you count water? I'd like fewer water. Can you go, here's 1 water, 2 water, 3 water? No. So you have to use less water. Because you things that can be counted, you use fewer. If it can't be counted, you use less. An amount, a quantity, if you will. I would like fewer problems or less problems. Can you count the number of problems you do in an assignment? Then it's fewer. Anyways, back to this. There were 324 girls, there were 289 boys. How many fewer boys are there than girls? Okay. When you're looking for the difference, when you're doing a comparing thing, you take the bigger number and it goes on top, which happens to be 324 girls. And you're subtracting the smaller number, which is 289, and you will get the difference, which happens to be, hopefully 35. 35 fewer. How many fewer boys are there? 35. Now that comes in handy because sometimes when you're talking about this, how many years are there from 1492? How many years? What happened in 1492? Two. The Pilgrims landed in 1620. And if you're looking for the difference, you're comparing those times by asking how many more, how many less. Which number has to go on top? The greater of them, which happens to be 1620 minus 1492. And the subtracting there is 128 years. How many fewer years is your sister younger, or how many less years? Can you count years?
Yes.
And the last one. Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809. Lincoln born in 1809 and died in, what, 1865? Was it? How old? Again, we're comparing his death to his birth, and the bigger number has to go on top. How old was Lincoln? He's not very old. 56. Most of those pictures make him look a touch bit older, don't they? He was not a young looking man. The other way yeah. Yeah, that probably will get you to the end.